Invented?
No, like
Or
back then,
discovered?
like what he classified the energy as. In other words, it's beyond Thomas Edison's invention of the light bulb and electricity. It actually goes deeper. It involves some details about what Tesla called this energy that occurs in many things, living things, and in the atmosphere. And I think it has to do with his concept of harnessing energy for the world. It doesn't cost anything. It was more detailed scientific information pertaining to Tesla's discovery.
Wilhelm Reich discovered the life energy, orgone, which also had the capacity to drive a motor.
Maybe it's the same energy.
It could be.
Under a different name.
Just like maybe dark energy is really orgone energy.
Yeah.
We don't know. Because, factually, there's nobody doing work on this stuff today.
They don't want to do it. Or maybe they
Well,
know.
I'm sure PSE&G doesn't want to do it.
Or they know about it and they don't want to put it in action. Hey, look, I watched a science program that said that an antimatter device the size of a matchbox could run a tractor trailer.
Or be used in some form of weapon. And there's where you'll have the money spent and the scientists involved and etc. But something to benefit the people?
Because
I doubt it.
Because the weapon allows them to invade and occupy other countries and steal their natural resources. Get it? Like oil. Right? I don't know if you read it, but there was a letter written by a young soldier. I forgot what branch of the service, if he was an army infantryman or a marine, but he wrote a letter explaining the fact that he is very wise to why he was sent to over there to Afghanistan or whatever, or Iraq. I mean, he's totally wise to the exploitation of the young personnel, military personnel.
General Schmedley Butler, war is a racket. It's for the big corporations, not for us little people.
Maybe it's because of how these military personnel are treated when they come back to the United States. Maybe this is causing anger and resentment.
Well, I'm sure it is.
Enlightenment.
But the point of it is they should learn that beforehand, what they're being sent for and what their mission is. It's to protect the corporations. It's not to, protect us here against terrorism.
Well, you know why they get suckered in? They listen to the bullshit of the recruiter, the lies from the recruiters. They're told they can get a free education. Mostly poor kids from poor neighborhoods, minority kids. They're told they get a free education in the military. And then some other bullshit about adventure and travel,
Well, I thought it was because they were doing it for our country. Isn't that what they say?
Country? No, you're doing it for the elitists, the corporations. What are you doing for the country?
Yeah. What they seem to say, it's we're fighting for our country.
Okay, when did our borders
extend so far?
No, yeah, like when was the United States at risk of invasion? Did it ever happen? Did it ever happen?
None. Well,
Revolutionary War.
Could you call December 7th,
1941?
1941. Could you call that an invasion?
It was an attack.
It was an attack, but nobody really invaded. There weren't no boots on the ground.
There was nobody occupied U.S. land.
So I think that's about the closest.
So what is the danger? They always say we're fighting for freedom. Well, who's freedom?
We're fighting them over there, so they won't come over here.
What freedom? They're occupying another person's country, and the other people are revolting against that.
Yeah.
and you're taking their
As
natural
right now with the Afghanis killing our people.
Yeah, and they're taking their natural resources against their will, you know. Oh boy! So they're lied to, and the kids are suckered into joining the military, enlisting in the military.
I don't know if they're suckered. Well, I guess you could call it suckered.
If you
But
misrepresent,
if you ain't got no stinking job, and et cetera, you know, you go into the military.
so what are you supposed to do?
So
What's
it's
better?
like
What's better, to do the dirty work for the corporations and get your legs blown off or get killed,
Well,
or is it better to just stay in the United States and be poor and be alive?
I don't know, because maybe they figure that if they're poor, they're not going to be taken care of. You know, they don't have the safety net like they have in other countries. You know, over here.
Yeah, you mean like European Union, Canada, so on and so forth.
Norway.
Norway. Well, you have,
These places have safety net.
and this all points
their
to
people.
the corrupt two-party system, or maybe even
It points to fascism,
fascism.
which has nothing to do with parties again.
Well, where is the see? This is why I buck heads with this guy. All right, it points to fascism, but where is the fascism coming from?
The marriage of corporations and the state.
Okay, the state. Who's running the state today?
The government, who's
Right,
ever in there.
Right, the government. Democrats or Republicans or both, right?
Both.
Well, that's a two-party system.
But what the hell does that have to do with anything?
The problem
Because
is the
it's two-party.
two-party system that's in bed with the elitists.
It's people. Ultimately, in parties are people.
So
There's corrupt people in both parties. They happen to be in government, and they do their corruption stuff in the government.
right.
And they love corporations
Right.
above the people.
Well, usually
so
this-
what does that have to do with
Because
parties?
usually this doesn't involve the others that were running, you know, the Green Party, the Reform Party, you know, like your Ralph Naders and everything. It's mostly Democrats or Republicans that do all this.
Because they made it that way, and it's a two-party system. The other parties are there for as tinsel on the Christmas tree.
Well, what did I
mean
say?
nothing.
What did I say before, folks? The two-party system seems to be the source of the problem. He says no.
Yeah, but you want more parties.
Well,
What the hell do you think is going to happen to more parties if they too get as strong as the two parties?
they'll be corrupted.
No parties.
They'll be corrupted.
Exactly.
Well, I was only arguing the
Oh,
term
God.
independent. If we want
Well,
to,
you think an independent means an independent individual who's independent with his mind and etc. No, it doesn't. It's a party.
oh, okay.
It's a party, just like every
All
other.
right, we're going to take a break. It's time for Dr. Bill's lunch. So we'll see you when we get back. So funny. Yeah, the guy. Well, the guy didn't know. He didn't know what we were doing, you know. And he probably says, "It's raining, Bill. You want me to work on the roof? It's raining." Mother Fletch.